This is what happened when underwriting came back worse than what we expected. I recently had a client who is a successful business owner, but he's also a pilot, so he just flies general aviation. And we applied hoping to get the preferred rate because he, based on the numbers, looked like a preferred rate was right there. But what we didn't realize was that the cigar he had a couple days prior showed up on the blood test, and that's a big no-no. You could have cigars, you can have up to 24 a year, but it has to be negative on the blood test, and it wasn't something that the client thought about. And so instead of just accepting that, which usually you have to, or you have to wait a year, is we went to another carrier that is okay with tobacco as long as it's not cigarettes or vaping. And we said, okay, cool, we solved that problem. We should get the good rate and good to go. Well, we just found out that the rate went double of what we thought. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And most agents would just say, well, it's double, take it or leave it. That's what it is. But that's not how we work at Term Life HQ. We make sure that the pilots get the lowest rate, and we find out everything we can and do the best we can to advocate and get that best rate. So what happened was there was a mix-up with the flight hours that he had listed as a pilot, and we couldn't figure out what the deal was because all the numbers matched what the insurance company was willing to do, but something wasn't lining up. So I did my due diligence and I called the underwriter, which is hard to do. Agents don't typically call underwriters. They're like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, you know, and you can't really talk to them. But I was able to get a hold of the underwriter and I said, hey, what's going on? And there was a mix-up with the flight hours. They mixed up the PIC time with the with the annual flight hours. So the underwriter thought he was flying a ton of hours a year, and so that was bumping up the rate. So we were able to fix that, and the underwriter emailed me back yesterday and said, hey, we're going to get you that rate that you applied for. And so we're super excited about that. But that just goes to show that you can't accept everything the underwriters come back at. They're not the end all when it comes to getting a good rate. They are just looking at numbers. They're behind the curtain looking at the data. You need people like myself who's going to advocate for the pilot, who knows what they're talking about, who's going to question the outcome and get the better rate if at all possible. So don't feel like you have to accept every rate that you get back when you're applying for life insurance. And if you want more pilot specific guidance when it comes to life insurance and other financial tools, follow me on this channel and you'll get that. And that's what the goal of this channel is. So fly safe, plan smart.